A sudden absence that few saw coming has landed Barcelona with an immediate problem. Lamine Yamal, the 18-year-old winger whose pace and unpredictability reshaped Barca's right flank, has been ruled out of the La Liga clash with Valencia. According to reporting this week, is now practically ruled out of the club's Champions League opener at St James Park. What started as discomfort after international duty with Spain has not eased despite a week away from team training and gym-based treatment, and the medical team have erred on the side of caution. For a team that leaned heavily on Yamal's explosiveness last season, this isn't a plug-and-play vacancy, it's a tactical earthquake. Hansi Flick arrives at a selection crossroad. He can slide Rafinha to the right and ask Marcus Rashford to provide a left-sided width and his relentless pressing, or he can hand the ball to Rooney Bargigi, newly registered and available, to make a first impression on European nights. Each choice shifts Barcelona's balance. Rafinha on the right restores a level of directness and crossing ability, but reduces the team's left-sided threat. Rashford on the left brings counter-attacking venom, but asks him to operate more as a wide forward than an inside striker. Bargi would inject youthful unpredictability, but also the risk that comes with top-level inexperience on a hostile St James Park pitch. The medical facts behind the decision are straightforward and prudent. Yamal returned from Spain with pubis discomfort, skipped group training while receiving targeted treatment, and did not respond quickly enough for the coaching staff to risk him against Valencia. With Newcastle looming, the club has judged his involvement there unlikely rather than impossible. But practically ruled out is an acute way of saying the risk-reward ratio doesn't favour playing him this early in the campaign. Beyond the immediate tactical reshuffle, this development exposes depth questions across the squad. Frenkie de Jong, an engine in midfield who missed the Valencia game, has rejoined group training and is expected to be a boost for the trip to England, but other names remain absent. Gavi, Alejandro Balde and Marc-Andre ter Stegen are still on the sidelines, and while Marc Bernal has reportedly received medical clearance after a year out, integrating players back into rhythm takes time. Flick must juggle match fitness, form and personality when he picks that 6-16. Do you prioritise experienced starters who can handle Newcastle's physicality, or do you chase flair to unsettle them? For Newcastle, this news is a strategic opening. Eddie Howe's side have a front line capable of punishing space in transition. Without Yamal's cutting runs to pin back fullbacks, Barcelona may find their width easier to neutralise, inviting Newcastle to overload the channels. That, in turn, changes how Barcelona will need to build from the back and how their midfield will have to screen. On the flip side, losing a talismanic winger also forces adaptation, and adaptation can reveal new strengths. Flick has already worked on multiple formations and personnel patterns. He could use this moment to pivot toward a more direct edge, to accelerate Bargi's development under the pressure of European competition, or to rely on Rashford's dynamism to create mismatches. The narrative here is more than an injury update. It's an immediate test of Barcelona's squad planning and Flick's managerial flexibility. If the club can navigate the next two fixtures without a drop in intensity or results, the injury will read as a blip. If they stumble, this could be remembered as the turning point that cost early momentum. Fans will watch the team sheet and tactics with a new intensity. Every substitution, every touch will be passed for evidence that Barca can survive a short-term loss of one of its brightest young stars. For now, the message is clear. Medical caution has trimmed Barcelona's options, and Hansi Flick must convert a forced reshuffle into a strategic advantage. The coming week will tell us whether this side is resilient enough to absorb the setback, whether a newcomer will seize the spotlight, or whether opponents will exploit the gap left by Yamal's absence.